This is me biting into a salty, meaty scorpion.
Ooh, whoa. It's like a salty pepperoni.
And this is me eating ants.
That was amazing.
Hi, I'm Yara, and I appreciate all kinds of food. But I never thought I'd enjoy eating bugs.
That's like a coconut rice crispy.
You see, a lot of people think eating bugs is gross.
Oh man, that can't be good.
But it's an idea we might have to start getting used to.
No.
Because we're headed for a global food crisis. According to the UN, as the world's population grows to over 9 billion by 2050, we might have to turn to edible bugs to get our daily dose of protein. That's because bugs are more sustainable than other kinds of protein, and they're just as nutritious. Some 2 billion people around the world already eat bugs, and they do so happily. Like in China, Korea, Mexico, and India.
So the chutney's made out of ants?
And if you think about it, we in the West eat some pretty weird stuff. Rotten milk with fuzzy blue mold spores, vicious-looking creatures with beady eyes and large claws, or pulverized animal flesh encased in the intestine of another animal. So if we can eat all that, why do some of us find bugs so gross? Is there a way to overcome that disgust?
These are actually really delicious.
And which bug tastes the best? To find out, my team and I headed to New York City to try tasting them for ourselves.
All three of us are in the frame.
We're here to meet Joseph Yoon, a chef who calls himself
an edible insect ambassador.
Joseph hosts food events around the country to raise appreciation for edible insects.
We're gonna put in some scorpions here. Okay. Bon appetit, guys.
So we joined him for one of his pop-up dinners, which started in a kitchen filled with bugs.
Insects are a completely new frontier for the Western chef. And so we have all these new ingredients to like play with. So it's like this new playground.
What are you preparing right now?
Some silkworm pupa.
And these are the chapulines.
Yes. These are some black ants here.
I have sprayed Windex on too many of these guys.
Put some Windex.
Gus, please.
I didn't know I could eat them.
Humans have been eating bugs forever. Over 2 billion people on Earth eat edible insects. I mean, it's like, what are we missing?
And then our fancy 11-course dinner began.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Yara's insexual dinner party?
We tried a whole bunch of different insects,
All right, everybody.
like the crickets.
This is the first time I'm eating, I think, a cricket. No, it's like nice and crunchy.
I love the crickets.
It's very nutty. Big sesame seed. Yeah, it's a big sesame seed.
Whether they were sprinkled on top of something
It's almost like chips.
or fried into a fritter,
You don't taste it at all.
There is a ton of crickets in here, though.
Ooh, I'm feeling them.
or ground to a flour to bread some fried chicken.
How is it, Yara?
Good. This tastes very similar to regular fried chicken.
Or baked into a gougere, or gougere.
Gougères are French cheese puffs. You know, something interesting with eating bugs, you want to chew it more than usual because it has a front flavor, a middle flavor, a finishing flavor, much more so than the food that you're used to eating.
All right, I'm gonna taste this.
But hold on.
Ooh,
Hold on.
wow,
Hold on.
wow.
I've got to tell you about ants.
That's amazing. It's packed with
It's like
flavor.
it's like a marvel.
It's really tart.
Black ants have a citric-y flavor from the formic acid that they use as a defense mechanism.
And they have this poppity pop pop crunch.
They like taste like sour Pop Rocks.
And you could sprinkle them on anything, like this quail egg or wild poached shrimp.
I consider black ants kind of like the caviar of the insect world.
This is great.
I haven't even hesitated.
Yeah, right? You see it as food. I think the media always paint bugs as kind of like, ooh.
You're gonna have to endure a sausage fest.
That sort of conditions how you see them.
Maybe the younger generations are open to this because when we grew up watching Lion King, yeah, there's that one scene when he goes,
Slimy and satisfying.
and we're like, okay, well, you know, if Simba can do it, maybe I can do it.
I thought they were so appetizing because it looked so meaty.
Tastes like chicken.
Oh, and I've got to tell you about the scorpion.
I don't know why people love fire so much. If I may,
Ooh, it's got a salty, meaty flavor to it.
these are torched Manchurian scorpions on a wonton crisp with a cucumber slice.
It's like a dry, salty pepperoni.
The thing that's really fascinating is that each of these have a different flavor profile.
Like the earthy taste of seasoned grasshoppers,
An homage to my Korean heritage, grasshoppers, hapchen.
Yo, is anybody else getting sumac vibes from this? So like the berry powder, right?
or the sturdiness of the mopani worms,
It's like jerky.
Yeah, it has a smokiness to it.
or the silkworm pupa's vague notes of
Corn nuts.
Corn nuts.
Corn nutty kind of flavor.
Thanks for coming, guys.
I came into this experience being like, might not like it, I might have some sort of visceral sort of reaction, but I didn't. It was just delicious food. Like, what is going on?
So it's like really re-educating people to rethink what the possibilities of insects are. It's not just a pest. It's not something that is gross, but it can be something that's delicious. By plating the insects into dishes, by making them look like food. I'm trying to get Americans, Westerners, to view this as a delicious food product.
A lot of us, though, still squirm at the idea of eating them. But what's the psychology of that disgust, and how can we overcome it? I met up with Herz,
Hey, Yara.
who's written a book about that very topic.
What is it that makes something disgusting to us psychologically?
All of our emotions are there to help us survive. Fear, for example, helps us stay alive by avoiding, the tiger running at us or the fire that's burning around us. Whereas disgust specifically seems to be primarily evolved to protect us from ingesting poisons. It arose from our rejection of bitter tasting things which are toxic. And now kind of evolved further, and things that are unfamiliar get sort of shunted into that category of maybe better to avoid it. Context makes a huge difference when it comes to disgust. Think if there's saliva in your mouth right now. Is it bothering you?
No.
Imagine that I told you to take a glass and spit into the glass.
Would it be possible to get a glass?
Spit it.
Yeah. Oh, I should. I've never spat on camera before. Just spat into it.
Now, if I told you to drink that,
No, that would be disgusting.
and yet literally
It's
a
fine.
nanosecond ago it was in your mouth and you were totally fine with it. Okay, so that's the idea of context. What specifically is disgusting to each of us is very personal and culturally relative. In Thailand and other places in Asia and some places in South America where bugs are actually part of everyday cuisine, it's completely normal and natural to eat them. But for most Westerners, we have no experience eating them. We just have experience seeing them creeping and crawling around and swatting them off of us. So to us, they're vermin, they're yucky, they're icky, so we don't want to have anything to do with putting them in our mouth.
You mean bugs? I hate bugs.
Are there other foods historically that have been seen as disgusting that are not disgusting today?
The greatest example is lobster.
Oh, right, so I forgot to mention. We're at Ed's Lobster Bar in Soho. And that's Ed.
Oh, you got a lobster on your arm. We have no problem with eating lobster today.
And not only do we not have a problem, but it's a delicious, expensive delicacy. But 250 years ago, it was actually something that was considered entirely repulsive. And it washed up on the shores of New England, and people thought, what are these gross giant bugs? They actually gave them to slaves, to prisoners, to orphans, to people that were not, sort of allowed to eat the good food. And in fact, there was an uprising mandating that it was cruel and unusual punishment to serve lobster more than 2 or 3 times a week.
And to think that today it's like the most expensive item on the menu. Oh, wow.
So this is the lobster roll. It's knuckle, tail, and claw meat. You have a straight steamed lobster dropped in the water. You have the lobster bisque. We whisk in cream into the lobster stock reduction. And then the ravioli has shallots, mushrooms, and truffle sauce. Enjoy, great.
It may have taken a few hundred years, but today a lot of folks find lobster delicious. But
How do we overcome our disgust of eating insects?
The first thing I would say to do would be to try it in its most concealed, disguised form. This is ravioli stuffed with lobster meat. It doesn't necessarily look like this is lobster.
This lobster bisque doesn't look anything like lobster.
This could be tomato even. The transformation changes the context.
Right.
It changes our perception, and it makes it a lot easier. So instead of using wheat flour, I could make flour out of crickets. Making the language around it really enticing. Now the problem comes in when I say that's cricket or grasshopper.
It's like a mental block that creates.
The best thing to do is change the word insect or bug into something else.
We don't say we're eating cow, we say we're eating beef or we're eating steak.
One of the great ways of transforming insect food would be to make up a new word.
Maybe we should insert some like French words in there because there's a lot of francophilia in there.
Yeah. Cricket à la crème.
Oh, wow.
Eau de cricket. Another major issue when it comes to food is the social environment.
So if you see people that you like essentially eating something and having a good time, that's going to change your perception of that food. I think I saw a video of Nicole Kidman eating cricket.
Like a hairy nut.
Just like with all kinds of other advertising where you have celebrities saying like, I drive this car, I wear these running shoes. You have celebrities eating crickets and grasshoppers and scorpions. That's going to make a huge impact.
Back at the office, I thought I'd do my part in evangelizing bug eating.
This is bright. I'm gonna move here. Hey, Tycho. Hi. I have roasted crickets.
Ew.
Would you like to try one?
No.
Really?
Do I have to?
Hey, Hongda. Hey, Tarek. Whoa, Adam. Hey, Kayla. Hey.
What's up, Yara?
How's it going, Julia? Would you like to try some roasted crickets? Would you be interested in trying some edible insects?
You know what?
Yes? Okay, so.
I won't even eat raisins, so I'm not gonna even try crickets.
Can I interest you in some roasted crickets?
Not today, Satan.
No. No? Would you like to try crickets?
What is cricket?
It's like a small grasshopper.
Oh, I thought it's a sport.
Ro, the wicket-keeper, is a Cornishman.
It is also a sport.
Wait. Wait. No, it's bug.
I know, it's a cricket.
Oh, no.
You don't want to?
No. No, it looks like bug. We have Texas barbecue.
I'm gonna have the sriracha. See some vinegar, let's do it.
What does it taste like?
They're like a better version of fries.
It's crunchy, it's earthy.
I like it. It tastes like barbecue.
Could you imagine yourself eating these at home?
I actually would. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Sweet and salty, they go good with apples.
If you saw it at a party, would you like grab some, put them on your small plate?
Yeah, I would want to look like I'm that girl who'll like eat anything.
These are actually really delicious.
Hello, Aisha.
Does it look like cricket? I'm not gonna look at it. Okay. Oh my god, they look like crickets! Bits of the crunch is like stuck to the top. Oh my god, I ate an insect. That is disgusting. It's really good.
Right? It's tasty. What does it taste like?
Chips, like barbecue, like Doritos.
But did you know that unlike Doritos, they have 6 grams of protein per serving?
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's very nutritious.
Yup, crickets are super high in protein. Per weight, crickets have nearly 1.5 times the amount of protein of beef and more than double the amount of protein of chicken. And they have all 9 essential amino acids that our body can't produce on its own. Not to mention when it comes to greenhouse gases, crickets release 80 times less methane than cows. It's true, crickets still have a long way to go as a food source. They're pretty expensive. A pound of crickets, which is about 4,800 of them, costs around $50 in the US, while a pound of beef costs around $4. But prices are bound to come down the more we start eating them.
I'm really scared of insects.
Let's see.
You wasted food.
I can't even hold them.
Okay, so not everyone was into it. But what if they were disguised, like Rachel said?
Try it in its most concealed, disguised form.
Hey, Hongda. Hey, Adam. Remember how I gave you some crickets to try?
I do, yes.
And you didn't eat them. They were too
No,
gross.
I didn't.
I was not into it.
Would you be willing to try these cricket protein bars that are made from cricket flour?
Cricket flour.
Yes.
Peanut butter chocolate chip.
Chocolate fudge brownie.
Yeah, I would try.
If you didn't tell me that it's cricket flour, I would have no idea.
It tastes normal.
3.5 out of 5.
Tastes good.
Not bad.
You didn't eat the crickets on their own, but in the form of a protein bar. You're not grossed out by them.
Yeah, I guess not.
So can we overcome our disgust of bugs?
To black ants, guys.
It's definitely possible.
It just tastes like potato chips.
It's not like, oh, eat bugs every day. Why don't you just try adding it to your diet once a week? Even if 10% of Americans were to start doing that, that would have a huge impact on the sustainability of our planet.
So much of disgust is about context. Many of us have only seen insects as pests that invade our homes and carry diseases. But chefs like Joseph are changing that context by putting bugs alongside foods we already love, making them look more appetizing, and creating social experiences around them. They're teaching us that bugs can be
lemony,
mushroomy,
and meaty.
It's a process our society has gone through before with foods like lobster. It might take time, but maybe someday we'll all be able to pop a cricket in our mouths or bite into a juicy cockroach without thinking twice. Hey guys, hope this video's changed the way you think about eating insects. Now, that's not to say you should just pick up any old bug off the ground and eat it. Not all bugs are safe to eat, and that's why we use the term edible insects in this video. That said, there is one bug that I'd really like to try, and that's the witchetty grub, kind of like the one Simba ate. Apparently, it tastes like fatty tuna.